George Soros is a prominent figure in the world of finance, known not only for his immense wealth, but also for his philanthropy and influence on global economic policies. Born in Hungary in 1930, Soros's life is a testament to the American dream, as he rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most successful investors in the world. This essay explores his remarkable rags-to-riches story and his significant contributions to the world of finance. George Soros was born on August 12, 1930, in Budapest, Hungary, to a Jewish family. His early years were marked by the tumultuous events of World War II and the Holocaust. To escape persecution, Soros and his family assumed false identities and survived the war. After the war, Soros left Hungary to pursue his education in the United Kingdom. He attended the London School of Economics, where he studied under the philosopher Karl Popper, whose ideas would significantly influence Soros's later thinking. Soros earned both a bachelor's and a master's degree in philosophy from London School of Economics. Soros began his career in finance in the 1950s, working for various investment banks and firms in London and New York. In 1970, he established his own hedge fund, Soros Fund Management, which would later become the Quantum Fund. This marked the beginning of his journey towards financial success. Soros's investment strategy was based on his interpretation of Karl Popper's philosophy of reflexivity. He believed that markets were inherently flawed and influenced by irrational human behavior. Soros's approach involved making large, highly leveraged bets on currency and securities markets, often against prevailing market sentiment. The Quantum Fund achieved remarkable returns, particularly during the 1970s and 1980s. Soros's audacious bets against the British pound in 1992, famously known as Black Wednesday, brought him immense profits and earned him the reputation of a financial wizard. His net worth skyrocketed, making him one of the wealthiest individuals on the planet. As Soros accumulated vast wealth, he became increasingly dedicated to philanthropy and social causes. The Open Society Foundations, which he founded in 1979, became a vehicle for promoting democratic governance, human rights, and social justice around the world. Soros used his fortune to support civil society organizations, educational institutions, and advocacy groups. Soros's philanthropic efforts extended to promoting democracy in Eastern Europe and funding educational initiatives globally. His contributions helped facilitate political and social transitions in several countries, including Hungary, where he was born. George Soros's financial success and philanthropic activities have not been without controversy. He has been a target of criticism and conspiracy theories, often accused of manipulating financial markets and interfering in politics. These accusations have been debunked, but they continue to circulate in some circles. George Soros's life and journey serve as a testament to the power of education, resilience, and the pursuit of knowledge. He overcame adversity during his early years and built a successful career in finance. His philanthropic endeavors have had a profound impact on various causes and have contributed to positive social change worldwide. George Soros's life and journey from rags to riches exemplify the American dream and the potential for individuals to achieve great success through hard work and determination. His contributions to the world of finance, along with his commitment to philanthropy and social causes, have left an indelible mark on the global stage. Despite controversies and challenges, George Soros's legacy remains a compelling story of resilience and impact.
It's 1992 and things were not looking too good for the British economy. The UK was on the verge of a recession, inflation was out of control, and for 2 years, the Bank of England spent billions trying to artificially prop up the value of the British pound to avoid a complete freefall. But to no avail, things were on the verge of collapse. Everyone was holding their breath, waiting for impending financial doom. Everyone except for a man named George Soros. It's the evening of September 15, 1992. George Soros turns to his associate and tells him that it's, quote, time to go nuclear, end quotes. Soros then bets everything he has against the British pound. Just 24 hours later, his bet pays off. The value of the pound nosedives, and George Soros walks away with over $1 billion in just 24 hours, profiting from the downfall of one of the world's biggest economies. And from there, his wealth and power continued to skyrocket. Today, George Soros is one of the wealthiest people alive, at a net worth of $8.6 billion. But that number is a little deceiving. George Soros is actually worth a lot more than that. But George Soros is smart. He knows that it's never too good to appear too rich and powerful, or else the peasants will come knocking on your door with pitchforks, demanding you pay your fair share. That's why Soros actually has around another $17 billion stowed away in what's called the Open Society Foundations, which is basically a charity that Soros started. That way, on paper, Soros is technically worth only around $8 to $9 billion, but he has control over the rest of that money, and he's still able to use that money to shape the world in his image, while saving a lot of money in taxes. This is because Soros understands the game. He knows that it's not about how much money you own, because the money you own can be taxed among other things, but it's all about how much money you control. See, control is the name of the game, and Soros has become a master at control. After all, funding chaos is nothing new. The CIA has been doing it for decades to topple foreign leaders for just a few $1 million each. How far-fetched could it be for a billionaire to do the same? And this is George Soros.
Why does anyone get into the world of finance? People who study medicine, law, or politics might have some cliché explanation like making the world a better place or helping people. But deep down, most doctors, politicians, and lawyers who rise to the top of their fields are in it for two things: the thrill and the money. But the finance guys? They don't have time for pipe dreams or even pretending to believe them. They're there to get the bag, to get the money and the glory. That's it. And in the world of finance, there's only one type of firm that can give you both of those by the bucket load: a hedge fund. But that was Soros's first real move into the world of high finance. He created his own hedge fund in 1970. And by 1992, Soros came across the opportunity of a lifetime that would change everything. It was the end of World War II. European countries had gone to war with each other twice in the last 30 years. But what could a bunch of random European countries do to prevent another war? The answer? Raise the stakes for everyone involved. And the best way to do that was through trade. By trading with each other more and making their economies dependent on each other, if one Western European country went down, everyone else was going down with it. And it worked. In 1951, a bunch of European countries signed the Treaty of Paris and created the European Coal and Steel Community. A couple of years later, another treaty led to the establishment of the European Economic Community. Basically, over the next few decades, there were a lot of treaties, a lot of partnerships, and a whole lot of cooperation. But then, around the 70s, all these European countries started thinking, hey, if we're sharing our entire economy with everyone else, wouldn't it be easier to just have one currency for all of us to trade with? And that's where the ERM came in.